I'm definitely about elevating the minds of our people. I'm definitely about spreading inspiration, motivation, and positivity.
You're a rapper. I know that you're a boxer. I know that you're really elevating the people. You're dropping gems. So I know that you're also a self-made millionaire. As you've gotten to this part of your life, I know everybody wants to know, how did everything start? Before you're at where you are right now, what was your life like in the very, very beginning?
I mean, well, it was tough. It was tough. I had a drug addicted mother. It just was tough. I had to fend for myself early on, from the very, almost from the very beginning. Early as I could remember, is about 5 years old. Hanging with the older kids, stealing food from the supermarkets, being a lookout for the older guys. That started that early need for survival. So that was the beginning, right? Like group homes, in and out of jail, hustling, robberies, selling drugs. That was the beginning. That was my early life. It was a lot of turbulence, a lot of violence. Yeah. That's what I would say was the beginning.
Wow. So while you were going through all that, how did you feel? What was going through your mind in those? I can't even imagine as a youngster, going through life that way for so long. Was there anything that registered to you that this is, not regular, or, how was that for you? How did you feel?
Well, wait, say it again.
Like in the beginning, as you're a child,
right,
and going through these things, how what was your mentality like? How were you feeling? What was going through your mind during that time?
Nothing really. I just wanted to survive. I was trying to survive. I was trying to figure out how to hustle. How can I make some money? Okay, if I, we go sell these drugs over here. I go run into the mall, steal some clothes. We go run into the jewelry store, snap. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody throw a brick through the glass window. Whatever we can take right there, we're gonna take it. It's just for survival. I didn't really have that level of like, when you're young, it's very simplistic, right? Like you want love, you want to feel loved, and you want to feel cherished and valued. That was the thing at the time. That's what was going through my mind. Where is the next meal going to come from? Wow. I've been going to the supermarket every fucking day, so I know I can't go and steal no more food from this supermarket. So I gotta find another supermarket to steal some food from so I can eat. A lot of people, they haven't experienced shit, right? They talk from some shit they heard or they seen in a movie or read in some fucking book. It's not as simple. You don't have these when you out there and you struggling and you trying to survive, you trying to make ends meet. You're not thinking about, oh well, what would God do? You're not, you know what I mean? Like, you're not having these. You don't have these levels. You don't have that level of introspection or self-analysis. I didn't have. It was just every single. I'm in the moment. I'm in the present moment.
Right.
I'm trying to survive. Like, that's just a real thing. This ain't no when you really trying to survive. Picture this: you 12 years old, you 13. You gotta hustle. You gotta get some money. You're not thinking about nothing other than the moment. And that's every single day, point blank, period. So
right.
the criminality, I stopped being a criminal, right? I stopped being a criminal, late teens, but it's all so relative.
I know a lot of times people get to a part where it's like a turning point, Did you ever have something that happened that was so bad that it was kind of like a turning point for you?
Everybody's turning point is different, right?
True. That's true.
Some people never reach their fucking turning point, right?
Right.
I never had a real turning point. God turned me in the right direction, right? Like, I gave up. The devil beat me. I was in prison. I was in jail. I committed to violence. That's it. I'm a fucking criminal. I'm probably never going to get out of prison. I'm in Southport box because I cut somebody. So I cut somebody. Now I'm in the hole. I'm doing a year in the hole. So I'm sitting in the hole, 24-hour lockdown. I'm not thinking about, oh, am I going to start a business? Am I going to be a motivational speaker? I'm going to get out here and the next jail they put me in, right back to ground zero. I got to get my respect. So only way to get your respect is to make sure that people know you're not a fucking pushover. So I was, I gave up on life. I quit. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough. Or no, I always was strong enough, but I didn't realize I didn't have the information to know how and why I was strong enough to defeat the devil. God didn't reveal that information strategically to me. So I didn't have, so I'm sitting in prison like, man, fuck this shit. This shit is over. I'm going to be a straight caveman. I'm either going to get killed in jail or I'm going to kill somebody in jail. And that's it. I'm never coming home. Case closed. This movie is over. Go to the next fucking channel.
Right.
And God intervened. So sometimes you don't have a turning point. Sometimes God spares you because there's a greater purpose for your life. So I never could say I actually had a turning point because I never gave a fuck about doing the right thing. I never had that inclination to say, oh, my whole life was struggle. My whole life was hustle. My whole life was pain. So I didn't have that. You don't have a conscience, right? Like you're not thinking like there's no, if anybody experienced it, it's like, it's hard to put a finger on that moment. It's
like a specific moment, right?
Because you so busy living. Yeah, you could reflect when people have all these real descriptive, it's made up, it's fabricated lies and bullshit. I'm saying most motherfuckers never have a turning point. You know what I mean? So for me, God came to me. God came to me and God spoke to me. It broke me down. I cried like a fucking baby. And God gave me revelations. God allowed me to see into the future. God gave me, certain signs that my life had a purpose, and the pain I went through was for a reason, was for a specific reason. And it allowed me to start cultivating a new self-image for myself.
Right.
Internally. And then that became the process of reinvention, rehabilitation, and just that whole subconscious makeover that I so desperately needed at that time.
Yeah, I love that you're breaking this down because I've been through struggles, but I haven't been through the type of struggles that you've been through. And so just
everybody's struggle is different because everybody's pain threshold is different.
Right.
So what may be the most horrible thing for you might be simple for me.
Right.
Right? And what may be the most horrible thing for me may be simple for you.
That's facts.
God tailors our pain. God tailors the pain to fit each soul that he has created differently, because each soul God has created, God has given a specific set of tools, strengths, weaknesses, and resources to deal with whatever pain is placed or whatever burden is placed on that soul that God has created. Everybody's pain threshold is different. My pain is not greater than yours. Your pain is not greater than mine. It is pain all in the same, and it's unique to us.
That's powerful. That's actually really powerful. And I never really looked at it that way, that everybody's got their own, sight of it with the pain and like you said, their own threshold. So as you were, in the beginning,
think of it like phobias. I don't like mayonnaise.
Right.
Listen, I don't like mayonnaise, man. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like fucking roller coasters. Right? So there's people that can. I'm not parachuting nowhere. So there's people that can go in the building and jump off, right? And pull the parachute. But that same person may not be able to get in the boxing ring and throw one goddamn punch.
That's true.
Think of it like phobias. Phobias kind of gives a little slight point of reference to that. I'm not afraid of spiders. Some people see a spider and they're fucking paralyzed. They can't move. I see a spider. I'm gonna paralyze the spider. I'm gonna step on that motherfucker. I'm sorry, Peter Parker, but you got to go.
Peter Parker.
Right.
No, that's facts. So one of the things I wanted to ask, because you talked about how God came to you and everything, and that was one of the questions I wanted to ask you, because I feel like my relationship with God got better later in life, like way later on in life. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in church and all that stuff, but I never felt like I knew God in church. But for you, do you feel like you've always had a relationship with God, or
all of us has always had that relationship with God? A lot of times we just weren't aware of the relationship. This is our creator. This is our father. So we do inadvertently. We do things subconsciously. We cry out. We ask for help indirectly. We communicate through nonverbal communication. We've always had the relationship. It's just the relationship goes through different phases. Our relationship with God develops differently over time. It becomes better or it becomes worse. But the relationship, the moment God blows breath into your lungs, that's when the relationship starts.
Wow.
So, but as you become more older, you become more aware, you become more wise, you become more experienced. So it could seem like you're getting this new relationship, but the relationship was always there. And God always knew of you. God always protected you. God always gave you his grace, his love, and his mercy.
That's powerful. I feel like God came to me when I was at my rock bottom, when everything that I knew, every single thing that I knew, all my realities, everything crashed, everything fell apart. And that's when I feel like I really met God, because I thought I knew God for real. Even though, like you said, everything was a part of it. Everything was part of that relationship from the beginning. But I don't think I really started to recognize that until later on in life. But would you say that when God came to you and all these things, what was your thought? Like, were you thinking, okay, what do I do next? Or were you thinking, like, did he give you inspiration? What was that point when God came to you?
I got information. God gave me information. And through that information, I was able to identify my purpose. And then once I identified my purpose, the identification of my purpose created inspiration. Then I was inspired. And then after being inspired, now here comes application. Now I'm inspired, so I'm applying myself in such a way that will lead me to making my purpose a tangible reality. Now I'm inspired, and I'm applying myself in such a way that allows me to reach the destination that my purpose has been, designated to be at, in terms of God, in terms of a location, right? A lot of times we have to be grateful. Gratitude is a major component, and God never leaves us. God never leaves us, right? And that's a tough thing to accept, because at times we feel alone, right? Like we feel alone, like God has abandoned us when God is preparing us. We feel like God has abandoned us when God is amplifying us. God is amplifying us. God is strengthening us, right? Give you an example. People say, yo, you got to have blind faith. 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 Yeah. Okay. So you're on top of a roof, right? And it's a window. You don't know, you blindfolded. God told you to take these stairs. Put the blindfold on, go up the stairs. You get to the roof. It's a nice window. God tells you to jump out the window. What you gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know if I'll jump. I'll be kind of scared.
Right. You're gonna be scared. So if you have enough faith, if you start to develop faith where you can trust God and you can develop your faith and strengthen your faith, then now you can take the leap of faith, right?
Mm.
And then once you take the leap of faith and you say, okay, God, I'm gonna trust in you, and I'm gonna fuck it, I'm just gonna jump. What do you think is gonna happen after that?
I mean, if he's guiding you, then I mean, I'm sure he's gonna take you to the next level, but it's gonna feel terrifying while you're doing it, though.
Right. So think of it. You're jumping off a roof. So you're jumping off a roof. You're jumping out of a window, off of a roof, right?
Yeah.
God told you to. This is God told you to, right? And you jump. So what do you think is gonna happen?
I'm gonna fall. I would think you're gonna fall if you jump out of a window.
Okay. So do you feel God is gonna let you fall? God is gonna carry you, or what?
I mean, personally, I feel like he'll carry me.
God not carrying the motherfucker. God gonna let your ass fall. Right? So this is how God works, right? So God told you jump off the roof, right? It's like, you know, and so you go and people believe like, okay, you know, I'm gonna trust God. I'm gonna fall, I'm gonna jump, and God is gonna catch me. No, God is not gonna catch you. God is gonna let your ass fall, and you're gonna hit the pavement, right? You're gonna hit the pavement. You're gonna break your leg. You're gonna break your back. You're gonna break your hip bone. You're gonna fracture your jaw, right? You're gonna get a black eye, broken nose, hands and feet. Damn near 75% of the bone structure in your body is gonna be broken and shattered. And then now you're on the bed, right? Because you read in the scripture, you read in whatever religious book that you believe in, that yo, when you jump, God is gonna catch you. Take the leap of faith, my child, and I'm gonna always be there for you. So you feel abandoned, right? You feel like God didn't, you know, bamboozled you. So you laying in the hospital bed, right? You laying in the hospital bed. You laying in the hospital bed. You laying in the hospital bed, and you looking at the ceiling. You got fucking tubes everywhere, stitches, metal plates, iron rods, pins, staples, you fucking name it. I mean, your body looks like a fucking, you know, you've been dipped in Gorilla Glue and thrown down one of the metal aisles in Home Depot, and everything is stuck to your ass because they trying to hold you together, right?
Right.
And you're looking at the ceiling and you telling God like, yo, why? You abandoned me, you tight, you mad, right? You're not realizing it, but God not answering you. Before you jump every single day, God would answer you all the time, right? God would pick up on the first ring. Now God's sending you the voicemail. Now God leaving you on scene. You're like, man, fuck that. You didn't block God on Instagram, right? And then now, so you're healing, right? And the doctor comes to you, right? You've been in recovery for 18 months. One of the most painful experiences you ever had in your life. So then God, and then so God ain't even, you didn't forgot all about God. You at this point you're an atheist, right? They about to check you out. Look, they about to check you out of the hospital, right? And you wake up and you get out of the bed, and the doctors, and you feel strong, you feel healthy, you feel healed, right? You feel strong, you feel healthy, you feel healed. And then the doctor invites you into the office in the hospital. He says, listen, we want to talk to you about some serious matters that happened since your accident. Yeah, doc, I feel fine. What's the matter? He said, listen, the way your 75% of your bone structure was shattered, it created some type of a genetic mutation in your body, and you became 4 inches taller. Your immune system became stronger. You are different. I don't know what happened. We would like for you to come back so we can take a blood sample, and you know, you have the strength of 100 men. Your fast twitch fibers seem stronger. You seem more, your DNA has, I don't know what is going on, but we would like to study you. And you don't, and you like, what the fuck? You like, doc, I'm out of here. You freaking out, right? And then you leave the hospital, and then you go back to work. You go back to building your dream and your vision, right? And then when you go, you know, you go in to build your dream and your vision, and you got to pick up a rock to place it in place. And when you pick up the rock, your arms feel so much more stronger, but then you get a flash memory and you remember falling off the roof and breaking that arm, and then that arm growing back, you know, healing stronger, right? Yeah. And then you're going to do your morning run, and you run 6 miles in 2 minutes, right? And as you're running, as you're using your legs, you reflect back to when God told you to jump off the roof and you broke your legs, and you realize like, oh, wait a minute. I wouldn't have been stronger if I didn't go through this moment of pain. I had to be broken. I had to be broken. I had to be broken. I had to be broken, right? To come back stronger. A part of me had to die. Who you was has to die in order for who you have been designed to be to come to life, to come into existence. When there's death, there's life. When there's death, there's life. When there's life, there's death. When there's death, there's life. So a part of you had to die. So another part of you, a better part of you had to live. A lower vibrational part of yourself had to die. So a higher vibrational part of yourself had to live. So that's the trade-off. That's the trade-off. And God knew that you wouldn't agree to go through the process. So God had to trick your dumb ass. God had to manipulate you. God is the best planner. God doesn't play chess. God invented chess, motherfucker. He doesn't play chess. He's the inventor of chess, right? Now you're sitting there and you're like, oh, wait a minute, it makes sense. And then you sit down and you cry and you feel stupid. You feel so humble. You feel so emotionally weak, and you feel so sorry, and you regret the blasphemy. You regret becoming an atheist. You regret denouncing God. You regret because God has been so good to you and you didn't even realize it. Your ego wouldn't allow it. The pain was screaming louder than the blessing. The pain was screaming louder than the preparation. The pain was screaming louder than the process. The pain was screaming louder than the plan. So you couldn't even understand what the fuck. So now you saying, God, oh man, please forgive me. Can you forgive me? And you forgive me. And you know what God says? He said, I already forgave you, dummy. You know what I mean?
I love that analogy because, you know, like you said, everybody goes through things, but in the moment, nobody's thinking like, oh, this is God preparing me. This is God strengthening me. This is God putting me through pain to go through this transition to get to where I'm trying to go. And so, you know, a lot of people get stuck, I think, on that part. And I want to back up to the one in the beginning where you talked about purpose. In the beginning, you talked about how, you know, you started to find your purpose and God was speaking to you. But, you know, I want to make this little segment for the people that are watching, because I feel like a lot of people are lost when it comes to what their purpose is.
Right.
What would you say to the people that's listening, that's struggling to find their purpose, that is looking for, I guess, like that sign of what their purpose is? What would you say?
Everybody knows their purpose. They want to get to XYZ before ABC. Everybody knows their purpose. Everybody, promise you. When people say, yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. You lying sack of shit. You know what you want to do. You're just idle. You don't want to do what you have to do what you want to do.
Right.
You know what you want to do, but you don't want to do what you have to do what you want to do.
Ooh.
Right? So you want to get to XYZ, but you forgot about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, X, T, U, V, W. You forgot that. You just want XYZ. No, buddy. XYZ is you crossing the finish line. You got to go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W. Right there and there. No, but you don't want that. You want to cross the finish line before you you got to go through the starting line before you get to the finish line.
Right. Thanks.
Right. So people run from that. So everybody knows their purpose. Simple. What is your purpose? Your purpose is what you're passionate about. What you can do without eating, sleeping, or giving a fuck. Right? That is how you start going in the right direction. You know what you want to do. All you have to do is ask. Once you ask, and who are you asking? You're not looking out the window. You're looking in the mirror, and you're asking yourself, well, what do I like to do? What do I want to do? You will get the answer within 5 fucking minutes. Now, if you believe that you can do it, that's another story. If you have the discipline to discipline yourself and then apply yourself consistently towards your purpose, that's a different conversation. So it's not, you know, what do people have struggled with in terms of identifying their purpose, but it's more so accepting the work that needs to be put in that will allow you to reach and manifest your purpose.
Right.
Right. So now we say, okay, well, let's dial back a little bit. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. How you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So you got to have these self-conversations. You got to have that self-talk and talk to yourself and say, well, okay, ask yourself the question. Every question you ask yourself, God has made a promise to you that that question will be answered. This is scripture. Ask and it shall be given. So you're asking, what is my purpose? And then once you ask, the question is out into the universe. It has to formulate, has to go through that. What's that word when you plant a seed? The germination. Germination, right? Right. It's a process, right? It's, you know, plant has to grow. So you got to allow the delayed gratification to take place in order for what you're asking for to develop into an answer. So once you ask yourself, well, what is my purpose? What do I want to do? And then you're patient. You're patient. You become patient.
Patience.
You gotta fucking relax. And then when you relax, you allow God to allow the answer to walk through the door of your mind. If you're not relaxed, your mind is going to be closed off. So you're not even going to, and your purpose is always right in front of you. Your purpose is always right in front of you.
That's really powerful. And I want to even go a little bit further with that, because I feel like like you said, a lot of people, everybody knows what it is that they're supposed to be doing. But I feel like even sometimes when they do know, they, you know, along the journey, things happen, all that kind of stuff. And people get discouraged, unmotivated, all this kind of stuff, uninspired. What would you say to people that are struggling to continue? Like they're losing sight of where they're going, they're getting weary, or they're lacking the discipline to continue. What would you say to them?
You have to understand the mental maintenance, right? Today is what's today?
Thursday, I think it's the 18, 19.
Does your breath smell like a camel's booty hole?
Not today.
Right? Why? Because you brush your teeth.
Right.
So your breath can smell phenomenal today. Miss 4 or 5 toothbrush sessions. Right?
Right.
Now you're back to camel booty hole. Okay. Breath smell like camel booty hole. Okay? So your emotions work in the same way. Your confidence, your self-esteem works in the same way. How you think creates how you feel. The thoughts you think create the feelings that you feel internally. When you're thinking negative thoughts, your body is producing these chemicals. Your body is producing cortisol and testosterone and adrenaline. Right. And it makes it feel like you're hitting the gas, hitting the brake, hitting the gas, hitting the brake, hitting the gas, hitting the brake, hitting it. Your transmission gonna be fucked up, right? So you have to understand that there's an actual chemical reaction that your body produces when you're not thinking in an optimistic way about yourself, your endeavors, and what it is that you're doing. Right. When you start to think positive, your body produces melatonin. Your body produces dopamines and endorphins and things that, you know, help you be calm, help you be relaxed, help you feel euphoria, help you feel like, whoa, like, wow, right? Like high, right? So you have to start with identifying the things that make you feel good. And then create a time to indulge in the things that make you feel good, just as long as the things that make you feel good are actually good for you. It feels good to smoke crack to a crackhead, but crack ain't good for the crackhead. Right. Right? So you have to make sure that once you identify the things that make you feel good, those things are good for you. And And the easiest, safest way to do that is to think about memories, movies, pictures, family, fragrances, smells. You create a I like to call it a reinforcement calendar. You create a reinforcement calendar for yourself, and you allow yourself to indulge in the things that make you feel good. And before you make a move, you make an emotion. You create an emotion before you make a move. Before you take a step, you create a feeling, because you can't risk leaving outside of your house or your home not feeling like the best version of yourself, especially when you control feeling like the best version of yourself.
Right.
So, and then you have to have affirmations. I am blessed. I am happy. I am at peace. I am living in the present moment. I am happy. I am blessed. I am loved. I am protected. Everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you. So now you start doing the mental maintenance that will ensure that every day you feel amazing. Every day you feel motivated. And then you have to have fun with it too. Get creative with searching for new things to inspire you to keep that fire internally burning in your subconscious mind.
Powerful. I know that's going to help a lot of people, because a lot of people I know, they come to me and they say that they start something and then they get discouraged. I want to add a little bit of more of a question to that. It's I guess it's kind of multifaceted and connected to what you just said. But how about limiting beliefs? A lot of people will have these.
People don't know what you're saying. You're saying it the right way, but most people won't understand what you're saying. You have limiting beliefs, and then you have abundant beliefs. Belief is almost like a noun, almost. What the word belief means what you think about subconsciously, repetitiously.
Okay.
So you have limiting beliefs. You have limiting thoughts that you think repetitiously. That is a limiting belief. You have abundant beliefs, which means you think thoughts repetitiously, subconsciously of abundance.
Wow.
So we have to start understanding the true definitive definition of the words that we associate in terms of in the realm of healing, right? So a lot of people say, he got limited beliefs. Yeah, you don't realize. What does it mean? Believe in yourself, right? Believe in yourself, believe in yourself, right? This is what belief is, what you think about subconsciously, repetitiously. So a lot of times people don't unlock the power in the words because they either don't know the definition of the words or how to adequately apply the word to their life. This is going to be an eye-opener for a lot of people. So now when you say, well, hey, I don't have limited beliefs, I have positive beliefs. And all that means is I have positive thoughts that I think repetitiously, subconsciously. And whatever I think subconsciously, repetitiously becomes my emotion, because how you think creates how you feel, right? And then how you feel becomes a vibration. Then that vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you, also repels things from you. And remember, perception is reality. You see what you look for. So what you're thinking about, you're looking for. So if you're thinking limited, then you see scarcity. If you're thinking abundance, then you see opportunity.
Facts.
But once again, belief and thinking is connected, because belief means what you think about subconsciously, repetitiously.
I want to ask you personally, in the beginning, did you have a lot of these negative thoughts, limiting beliefs? And then how long did it take you to reprogram your mind to get into the more positive, the more abundance mindset?
But again, belief is not good or bad. Belief is what you do with it. So once I became aware of the true definition of belief and how to adequately apply that definition to my life, it took all of 3 seconds. Okay, so belief means this. So I would hear it all the time. Yo, you gotta believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. Well, I don't believe, motherfucker. You gotta believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe, you gotta believe. What do you mean believe, man? Get the fuck away from me, man. But once I understood, like, oh shit, this what this means. Wow. Okay. So changing my beliefs means changing my thoughts.
Facts.
Changing my beliefs means changing my thoughts. Oh shit. Wow. It was like my head exploded. Light bulb went off, right? That was the, that was the kicker. That was the, that was the most important. That was the PowerPoint in terms of that. Understanding the definition. Once you start to understand the definition, that's like when you go to the dictionary, right? You got Library of Congress. When you go to the dictionary, you see multiple meanings for one word.
A whole bunch of them.
So what happens is, we're taught the least powerful definition for words pertaining to inspiration to strategically keep us behind in the world. So once we start to dissect things and analyze things and become more diligent and become more self-educated, right, and more self-reliant in terms of education, and rely on God to give us revelations and information, and then now we develop our own education based upon the information and revelations we got from God. Now we're able to get the full definition for each word that we read, that we use, that we allow people to tell us about us, right? And then now we can start to begin to change our lives and get our lives on the right course, because we understand how our tongue, how our words create the life that we actually live every single fucking day.
True, man. Words are so powerful, and I think that really needs to be talked about a lot more, because I think people misuse words, or they're just saying negative things, or just they're filled with the wrong type of I guess the wrong type of vibrations. They don't even realize every word has a vibration. As you're going through your life, everything that you've gone through, and to the point that you're at right now, if you look back and then to where you are, what can you say is the most critical skill, the most critical skill that you've pulled, that you've obtained through everything that you've been through in life?
Starting where you stand, and then standing where you start, and then the pain that comes with the starting point. Starting where you stand, standing where you start, and then embracing the pain that comes with the starting point. Identifying what it is that I want to do, what do I have to do to make that a reality, and doing it, and then not stopping it until it's actually done. And I don't care if it rains, if it's cold, if it's hot, if I'm hungry, if my stomach is, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna stop until it manifests, until it manifests in my life. So I would say that right there, starting where you stand where you start, and embracing the pain that comes with the starting point.
Man, that's powerful. And as you're going to where you've been now, or where you're at now, there's always a cost to getting somewhere. So like, what are some of the sacrifices that you had to make to get to where you are right now?
It's not a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. It's just becoming organized. I think a lot of people use sacrifice out of context, right? Like you have to organize. You have to organize. If I'm building a McDonald's, fuck, I need a Burger King logo for. No disrespect. If I'm building McDonald's, fuck, I need a Burger King logo for. No disrespect. If I'm building a Chipotle's, the fuck you bringing this? If the sign company, we open up a Chipotle, and then the sign company comes in a U-Haul truck, and we excited. Okay, man, put this sign up, and they come out with the Wingstop sign. You like, yo, man, what the fuck? Nah. Put that shit. Throw that shit in the fucking garbage, man. Right? Anything other than what you need is not necessary. Anything other than what you need is not necessary. So once you really understand what you need and you're taking action, then your value and your appreciation for what's needed will increase in such a way that anything other than what you need, you can so easily let go and remove out of your life, which from the outside looking in looks like a sacrifice, when it's just really letting go of the things that are not necessary for you to reach your purpose, your goal, or your destination. So sacrifice is more so like they say something you give up. It's a difference between giving up and letting go. It's a difference between giving something up and then letting go. It's also a difference between giving something up, letting go, and not allowing something to stay in your life. It's not really sacrifices, right? It's just you only giving 100% focus to the things that you need and the things that's necessary, and the things that you want are not as valuable as what you need when you're trying to get to your goal and your destination. Now, in terms of sacrifice, you're gonna have to let go of maybe the mindset. You're letting go of the mindset of limited beliefs. You're letting go of the mindset, right? Like you're letting go of the mindset of limited belief. You're letting go of certain ways that you look at things. That's the only sacrifice that you're gonna make. You're gonna make internal sacrifices. You're letting go of mindsets and ways of thinking that are not suitable or conducive for you to reach your goal.
Right. So it's not even really a sacrifice. It's just you're removing it. You're letting it go.
Yeah. So understand, right? Most people don't understand is sacrifice. You know, it is a pivotal part of it, but understand the usage of sacrifice and use sacrifice correctly. Understand belief is a part of it, but understand the usage of belief and use it correctly. And then when you start to utilize these things correctly, you'll start to see all of your dreams and desires manifest. While
people are trying to reach these heights, or they're trying to obtain these things, a lot of people are going to experience quote unquote failure, even though it's not failure. But how big of a part would you say that failure is when it comes to the journey?
See, again, I'm not so quick to use words because I have to, I got to analyze shit first. A lot of times we use words out of context, right? Failure means lack of success. You're only a failure if you never manifested it. It's not failure, it's delayed gratification. So remove the word failure, remove the word failure, and then insert delayed gratification into this conversation. It's never only a failure when there's no success. He was a failure. What happened? That's the eulogy. It's not a failure if you're breathing. So if you hold your chest cavity and you can hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm saying? And if you can feel your heartbeat, you're not a failure. It's just delayed gratification. See? So a lot of times we don't realize that. We use words out of context, and then when you use words out of context, you start to architect incorrect result due to usage of the word in the incorrect way. So it's not failure, it's delayed gratification. Failure is not a part of the process. Delayed gratification is a part of the process. Failure means no success.
Facts.
So we have so when we start see how we start using the words differently, it makes it easier to accept the delayed gratification. It makes it easier to accept the process, because okay, the finish line does not move. I don't care how long the marathon is. The finish line does not move. We either stop or keep running. If you keep running, you're gonna run into the finish line, right? And sometimes, if you're not in shape, you run a little bit, you get tired, you catch a cramp, you go home, take a sleep. Everybody's marathon is longer. Everybody's marathon is different. Right. So it's not failure. It's just delayed gratification. And then when you understand that it's delayed gratification, oh, I got to keep going. Right. Got it. Got to keep going. I got to be persistent. Okay. Whoa. Wait. All right. Let's do this shit, man. Fuck it. Let's do it. Let's do it. My legs still work. Oh, I'm alive. Oh, let's get to it. Thank you. God, thank you. Remember, just say thank you. Great gratitude is so important. You wanna get your blessings faster? Say thank you for shit when you feel you should be like, fuck you.
Get on that vibration.
You say thank you. When you want to say motherfucker, say thank you. When you want to say God damn it, say thank you. When you want to say what the fuck, say thank you. When you want to say, yo, you being weird, say thank you. When you want to say, yo, say thank you. When you want to say suck my dick, say thank you. When you want to say I'm gonna motherfucking kill you, say thank you. Gratitude, man. Gratitude. Everything is for a reason. And God will not allow you to identify the reason until you're ready.
I really feel that's going to resonate with a lot of people, because delayed gratification, that sounds a lot better than failure. Don't it?
Don't it feel like I got a shot? I bet. It's like a girl. Look, it's like a girl saying like, you know, I want to take things slow, versus you ain't getting no pussy.
Hey, that's a whole different.
You like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never giving you no pussy. You like, damn, bro. I'm saying? Or if the girl tell you like, listen, I'm just gonna take things slow. Let's just take, all right, bet, okay, bet. You like, okay, couple more dates. I'm in them skins, baby. You know what I mean? So, you know, let's stop using language, people. Language. Let's stop using the word failure and start using the word delayed gratification.
Facts. Because the way that you just broke it down, I think a lot of people are going to really see it like, oh, as long as I keep going, I'm going to hit the goal. I just have to never give up.
And understanding that when you're running a long marathon and you got a lot of miles in, it's hard as fuck for you just to sprint out of nowhere.
Facts.
We feel like we can't sprint the whole marathon, we never gonna cross the finish line. No, if every day you do a little bit, because it's ebbs and flows, it's ups and downs. It's like a race. So you running, you know, you get tired on maybe the 4th mile, and you like, you're not gonna be able to just sprint. You gotta just, sometimes you get so tired, you're gonna be walking, but you're still moving towards the finish line. So don't, every you're gonna run each mile in your personal marathon that God has created for you at a different pace. But as long as it's a pace, you're still moving forward. So, wow. So allow yourself to walk 1 lap. Allow yourself to jog one mile, right?
Right.
Allow it. And just know that you're still moving towards it. And then you're going to catch your what? You're going to catch your second win. And then you're going to start running at a stronger pace. This is what happens. It's a process, man. And it's all a part of it, man. It's all a part of it. So embrace it and be happy that you're alive, healthy, and you have tremendous opportunity. Tremendous doors are opening for you, right? Tremendous opening for you. Doors the size of the Statue of Liberty's big toe is opening up for you. You see the Statue of Liberty? That bitch got some big ass feet, man.
You just said.
God got a door the size of her big toe about to open up for you, man. Chill out, you good. Keep going, man. Keep going, man.
I've been enjoying this. You know, we're getting close to an hour now, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I got one last question for you, and it's a pretty good one. So I got this one from one of my favorite podcasters, and he says, if you were to die tomorrow, all your content is gone. Everything that you ever put out in the world is gone. What is the one lesson that you would leave with the world that you feel like would be the most impactful?
See, you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Right? Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful, right? Gotta be careful.
Thanks.
You know, you gotta be very strategic with the distribution of invitations. Father Tom might not get an invitation to this party. Deaf might not get an invitation to this party.
Right.
The devil might not get an invitation to this party, right?
Right.
So what I will say is I am going to live a long, long.
That's right. Prosperous.
I'm gonna live a long, prosperous, productive life. I'm gonna see past 108 years old.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
And the content and the message, if I'm lucky, God allows the parts of the content that I create that is pleasing to him be used as my defense attorney in his court for my soul when I die. Because every deed becomes testimony.
Facts.
I ask and I hope that God grants me a word to speak for my soul when he brings me back to him on Judgment Day. And I ask that God uses the parts of my content that is pleasing to him to be a good enough defense to advocate to let my monkey ass in heaven, man.
I love that, bro. Hey, man, you dropped some gems on here. I know you're going to touch a lot of people with what you just said today. I appreciate you being on Elevated Minds. Everybody, I'm going to have all of the Smart Guys stuff down below in the links, so you can go and check it out. You got to check out this man's content. He's got some gems. If you thought he had some gems today, you got to look at his other stuff.
Yes, man, it was some heavy shit on this, man. Make sure you turn some of this shit into some reels, man.
Oh, for sure.
Before somebody else do it, somebody beat you to the punch, man. I see one of my views get like 20 million views.
Sheesh.
So I was like, damn. I was like, wow, okay, man. Listen, man. Make sure you make these reels. Listen, don't wait, man. Somebody gonna beat you to the punch, man.
Oh no, I'm gonna start making them later on today. Don't even worry.
Yeah, words. In fact, I'm like, dang.
Some heavy stuff.
And words. In fact, yeah. This shit. One of these joints, I'm telling you, one of these joints gonna get like 100 million views on a reel. It was something I said. I'm trying to think. It was one of them joints that I felt like was like, yo, was powerful. And I think it's so important to be able to break down certain words, because we use words incorrectly because we've been taught to use the words incorrectly, so we don't get the benefit, man. What man? Listen, man. We have so much power God has vested in us internally.
Facts.
That we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg in terms of using all of our God-given gifts and abilities.
I believe that. I believe that 100%.
Enjoy it. So enjoy unlocking your potential. Enjoy unlocking your power. Enjoy the delayed gratification. Enjoy it. It's fucking beautiful. It's awesome to figure out how strong. It's fucking amazing, man. I'm telling you.
100%, man. I just from the stuff I just got from this today, because it's for my viewers, but it's for me too, you know. So like, it's coming. Everything is just coming and flowing.
It's for me too, because I look at, you know, I did a Google search, right, of the richest people in the world, right? So yeah, I'm like, hey man, I'm having tremendous success. But Elon Musk, I want that smoke, man.
Facts.
I want that smoke, man. I want that smoke, man. I want that smoke, man. I want that smoke. Warren Buffett, I want that smoke.
I want that smoke.
I want that smoke, man. I'm saying, like, I want that smoke. Mark Zuckerberg, I want that smoke, man.
100%.
I'm saying Larry Page, Sergey Brin, these are guys who so-called created Google. I want that smoke, man. It's time that we start, because everything that we use for inspiration, we surpass. Everything we use for inspiration, we surpass. Michael Jordan used Dr. J. We know how that turned out. Floyd Mayweather used Muhammad Ali. Used Mike Tyson. Used Roy Jones Jr. We know how that turned out. Jay-Z used Big L, Biggie Smalls. Right? We know how that turned out. Everything we use as an inspiration or a point of reference, we get the genetic capabilities due to the neuromelanin in our brain to surpass the inspiration. So we have to stop being inspired by just athletes and entertainers, because you've never seen a white Michael Jordan. You've never seen a white Mike Tyson. You've never seen a white John Jones.
That's straight up.
Right? Eminem is a hell of a rapper, but you've never seen a white Tupac or a white Biggie Smalls. Not get this thing fucked up. So what do you think is going to happen when we start getting into computer science, the pharmaceutical business, right? Augmented reality. You motherfuckers can't compete. We're just conditioned not to compete in these fields strategically, because these are the most influential, powerful, and lucrative fields on the planet. So Elon Musk, I'm at your ass, boy.
Coming. Coming.
Yeah. Balls. Know what I'm saying? But yeah, you understand. You understand.
100%.
No doubt.
Man. Yo.
Hey, listen, brother, you in media, right? You in media. When you get off this, as soon as you get off this, whatever this is, I want you to go. I want you to Google satellites. I want you to Google, like I just left the gun range, right?
Yeah.
And I've been doing tactical training. I've been doing a lot of different things, right?
Oh, that's what's up.
When you get off this, I want you to Google radio towers. I want you to Google radio towers. Satellites, and how much does it cost to purchase a radio tower? How much does it cost to purchase a satellite? And do not allow the devil to make you think that there's obstruction in your way. There's nothing in your way other than the miles that it takes to reach the finish line. And you create the marathon. You just don't create the miles in it. God gave us free will. God gave us the ability to create the marathon, to create the goal, to create the dream, to create the vision, but we do not control or create the miles in the motherfucker.
Right.
Okay? So make sure that you empower yourself, my dear brother. Make sure that you really say, I'm gonna be a media conglomerate. I'm gonna be a giant. I'm gonna be a Vivendi. I'm gonna be a Belor. I'm gonna be a Viacom. I'm gonna be the most tremendous. No, it's time. It's time. It's time for us to show us that nobody can fuck with us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Hey, it's time.
That's right.
It's time, man.
All right, my brother.
All right, bro, babe. Appreciate you once again, man. This was dope. This is super dope.
Yeah, man. Peace. Listen, man. Great talking to you. Look forward to talking. Look forward to talking to you again soon, man. And let's create some content or something, man. You got my number. Reach out. We ain't hard to find.
Okay, let's do it, man.
All right, peace.
All right, peace, my boy.